Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group A, and today we will talk about the implementation of occupational safety and health (OSH) in industry for our group-based project. Our group is consists of 5 members, which are myself, Muhammad Najmi bin Majdan, Muhammad Iskandar bin Shaharuddin, Muhammad Najmuddin bin Ahmad, Muhammad Nur Hafizi bin Khalid, and Nur Zarit Sofia binti Azhar. The industry that we decided to choose is the oil and gas industries, and the selected company for our case study is Petronas. Petroleum National Berhad, or also commonly known as Petronas, was established in 1974 and it is fully owned by the Malaysian government. Petronas is based in Kuala Lumpur and the main office is located at Petronas Twin Towers, which is one of the symbol for Malaysia. It was founded by Tengku Razali Hamzah, the current Guamusang Member of Parliament. They are responsible for oil and gas and resources in Malaysia. They are entrusted by the Malaysian government to develop and adding more value to the oil and gas resources. They were ranked as the 12th most profitable company in the world and the most profitable company in Asia by Fortune. Petronas is involved in different types of activities. The first The first one is the upstream activities where finding and producing crude oil and natural resources was done. Next is the gas and new energy, where the division streamlines LNG, gas and power, and new energy under one banner to reflect their commitment to be one of the cleaner energy provider in the future. The last activity is the downstream activity, which includes oil refineries, gas stations, and retail outlets. We decided to go for gas station for our case study. Petronas gas station is managed by Petronas Dagang Sendirian Berhad, which is one of the subsidiary company of Petronas. The first Petronas gas station were opened on 3rd of July 1981 in Taman Pondok Dr. Ismail, Kuala Lumpur. As of now, there are more than 1,000 gas stations nationwide. The reason that we decided to go for gas station is because gas station contains potential hazards that can affect the safety and health of workers and consumers. Highly flammable liquid is stored in gas stations and it can cause harm to people and surrounding. Next, we will move on to part A, which will present by Muhammad Iskandar bin Shaharuddin.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Iskandar bin Shaharuddin. I will talk about part A of our assignment. Okay, occupational health and safety facilities required at the petrol station is fire extinguisher. It is used to control or extinguish small fires. Petrol station contain petrol and diesel, which is a flammable liquid. So based on the table, you can see that dry powder is suitable to be used at the petrol station. Referring to Petroleum Safety Measure Act 1994, Section 45 is to prescribe the procedure, equipment, materials to prevent or extinguishing fire in any places. So the procedure to use the fire extinguisher is usually located at the body of the fire extinguisher, which is first is to pull out the safety lever pin, to aim the nozzle, and 3 is squeeze the lever. Referring to the Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994, Section 18 is to make sure the equipment is maintained and repaired. So fire extinguisher is usually maintained once a year and replaced after more than 10 years of usage. Another facility that is required at the petrol station is absorbent. It is used to clean fuel spill or oil spill. It is designed to absorb the carbon, which petrol and diesel are hydrocarbon. Cleaning with water is not a proper way, as it contaminates water that flow into the drain. It can harm the environment. Second is require huge amount of water, which led to wasting of water. Third is spread the spill to wider area. So people will walk around the petrol station area from the filling station to the counter, which can cause injury by slip and trip. Referring to the Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994, Section 17 and 15, employer responsible to prevent any risk of employee and need to provide information and training to ensure the safety and health of them. So first, you need to employer need to make sure that the observant is available to be used. Next is the oil and fuel spill is cleaned regularly. Third is to train employee to deal with oil and fuel spill. Fourth is to provide tools and instruction to clean the spill. A safety checklist. Okay, it's based on Petroleum Safety Measure Act 1984, Act 302 from the Department of Occupational Safety and Health. It is divided by 8 parts. It include the inspection that need to be done on each part. This is the example of safety checklist. For main emergency stop button, it need to be clearly labeled and routinely tested. For fire protection system, need to train operator how to use it, and fire extinguisher is not expired. Next, the personal protective equipment required by the employee at the petrol station. Based on OSHA 1994 Section 24, employee require the use of PPE. So first, PPE is S3 safety boots. It is designed for outdoor use, and the main advantage of it is to reduce the chances of slipping and trip. The next is reflective vest. It helps to stay visible, and it reduces the chances of the employee from being hit. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Nur Hafizi bin Khalid from Group A. Today I will present to you about Part B, type of hazard and prevention method. As we know, our project is conducted at petrol pump. So the goal of hazard management and risk is to decrease and eliminate the risk of the job. So the oil and gas business is required to follow the OSHA order to keep the worker and customer safe. There are few hazards that can occur at the filling station. First is burn, fatalities, injuries from an external foreign body. So next, there are three factors for the explosion to occur: flammable substance, oxygen, ignition source. Each hazardous region is assigned to a level or zone for monitoring and specification. Zones means here is the amount of protection and precaution necessary. This thing is very important for us to understand. It have three zones: zone 0, zone 1 and zone 2. So zone 0 is a area in which explosive atmosphere is present continuously for a long period of time. Zone 1 is a location where an explosive environment is expected to develop on a regular basis. It occurs as a result of repair, maintenance, and leak. So zone 2. Zone 2 is location where an explosive environment is unlikely happen during the operation, but if it happen only for a short period. Next, element that cause the chain reaction. So first is fuel leakage during loading and unloading. So when the process unloading the tanker and unregulated vapor are released that might ignite into a flame and cause a chain reaction. How to prevent this accident happen? Install a sensor that will alert the worker if the tank storage is full, and put a signage or reminder to avoid the overfilling in the tank. Next is tanks leak and uncontrolled vapor will ignite the spark if these two sources are combined. So how to prevent this accident happen? Provide a leak detection system that can observe or monitor the tank whether it leak or not. Assign this task to properly trained worker that can do the inspection and do the maintenance routine and record. Lastly is cleaning of dispensing fuel. These are mostly happen by customer based on risk assessment that conducted by UTP. This case is about 49.28% higher than the other case. So how to prevent this accident happen? So the engineer already designed a dispenser or pump with an approved standard, including label and signage. Next is the design of the dispenser. Also, the dispenser position that match with the ergonomic to the human body. That's all from me. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nozari Sofia binti Azhar. Today I am going to present the slide of part C, which is emergency procedure of an accident at petrol pump. For the first case, which is slip, fall and trip, it is usually happen when have oil leaking at the floor. The procedure is get a medical treatment. If the injury of the victim is light, perform the first aid, while if the victim is severe, need to call emergency help to get a medical treatment. Then call and notify to the supervisor about the accident happened. Next, collect witness data by interviewing them. And then need collect all the data of accidents such as accident happened, why this accident occurred, and the appropriate thing regarding the accident. Next, report the accident. If fatalities happen, it must be reported in 8 hours, while if serious injuries need to be reported in 24 hours. Lastly, fill in the incident form. For the case 2, which is commonly happen at petrol pump, which is fire hazard, there was a fire when have a steady electric force that will produce a spark. The procedure is tell people about the fire happened, the place needs to be vacated immediately, and then immediately call emergency and inform about the accident. Next, if have many people, should isolate them in safe area, which is at assembly point. Next, count all the employees and make sure there is enough. And then if have fire prevention such as fire extinguishers or sense should be used to slow down the spread of fire. And then need to report the accident. If fatalities happen, it must be reported in 8 hours, while if serious injuries need to be reported in 34 hours. Lastly, fill the incident form. The lastly case which is hit by vehicles. The procedure is do not move the victim for fear of fracture, and then call emergency for help. Next, check the victim either the victim was breathing or not, and then perform CPR if the victim unconscious. And then if the victim only a small wound, use first aid kit to treat the victim, and then need to report the accident. If fatalities happen, it must be reported in 8 hours, while if serious injuries need to be reported in 24 hours. Lastly, fill in the incident form. So this is the incident form that needs to be filled out when accident occur. That's all for me. Thank you.
Greetings. Hi, my name is Muhammad Najimuddin bin Ahmad. I will be presenting for part D of this project, which is the OSH design and management system. For the first topic, which is daily and routine enforcement at petrol pump station, it has two main points. The first one is daily briefing of safety. This point is defined as a talk with the workers or the employees that deal with supervisor to make sure their safety and health during work time. And this briefing should be done by every day to achieve a high level of safety and awareness regarding workplace safety and health. For the second point, it is about the 5S program. This program actually used to increase the productivity of employees during work time. The 5S is actually stands for the 5 steps, which are sort, standardize, sustain, set in order, and shine. Next topic is safety procedure in petrol pump station. The safety procedure is defined as a step-by-step strategy for carrying out a work operation. This is utilized when a departure from the protocol might result in injury or an accident. And while in and around a gas station, all cars or other vehicles owners should be aware of the following safety precautions. The first one is turn off the vehicle engine. Next is avoid lighting a match or lighter. Next, avoid a pickup phone call. Next, keep the children safe. Next is discharge any static electricity. Next, be careful while handling petrol. And lastly, alert of theft. So next is our last topic for part D, which is emergency system in petrol pump station. So emergency system is defined as a system that ensures the safety of employees in any facility in the event of unexpected circumstance, such as a fire or power outage. So the following system are storage and tank requirements. Next, fuel dispensing system. Next, remote pumping system. And next is warning signs. And lastly, fire control system. So I think that's all from me representing for part D of this mini project. So stay home, stay safe, and thank you, Doctor.